When you have common thugs gaining power, you're gonna have issues. But if you get the citizenry all riled up, you're destabilizing society itself. What is the plan of this level upper? Why does it exist? Why is it being handed out? Why is it causing comas? Will we get answers to all of those questions in this episode? Probably not, but it's going to be fun watching anyway. And I think the main thing to focus on now is, oh hey guys, I found this fun new product that's definitely not dangerous in any way. Let's see what it does. I don't think that friend group is going to hold on for too long. Was she trying to... So she has the power of force levitation. Not a particularly dangerous looking power, but after not having anything, but it's finally something that she has obtained. If only it was legitimate. Is the level up a music song thing like a narcotic, and its withdrawal is potentially deadly? Because the guy that was putting aluminium bomb traps around the city, it didn't seem to have any real adverse effect, even though he was listening to it almost constantly every day. Until he was stopped. And I believe people have asked which do I prefer the songs. I've already stated I can't remember what the original sounded like, so I'm going to have to play them one after the other, back to back, and actually listen to them. And I can't remember who it was, but whoever left the comment saying about do I remember what that floating tetrahedron thing was, yes, of course I do. It didn't take long for him to spill all the information there. Be the test subject right now. It's spreading. Or they're just people causing trouble. It's got nothing to do with the level upper. Assessment. How involved in the plot is the sleepy doctor woman going to be? Is she going to be anything like the guy that keeps treating Toma? Uh-oh. Oh, good thing the cat dodged. Does everyone have a skull necklace? Okay. Would you let anyone near you, just in case? After trying to be a bit... to provoke them. It's like, haha, you're not going to be strong enough to defeat me now. I'd still keep my distance. You don't want to let your guard down. Yep. How hard would it be able... well, how hard would it be to backtrack how it got onto the internet or intranet, however this place is set up? She is trying to get herself killed, isn't she? Two victims for the price of one. Oh. And there was significantly more than just those five, but they're the main ones that everyone knows in kind of layman terms. Any particular reason for the whistling kettle? Other than just to separate her into a different room? Yeah, she was just focused on sharing the flavours. Like people who can see colours when listening to music. What is the extent of their research into it, though? Anything to help the comatose guys? Is it something you just can come along and check out? Okay. Isn't that an offence? Wait, do they both have the levitating power? Orange? It's starting. Yep, maybe just listen for a second. Maybe do your research before. Instead of just using things or taking things you don't really know about. But now it's not only an issue, it's personal. Yeah, okay. If you do think you're going to collapse, then I would want to tell someone where I am, just in case. Well, maybe going about it with untested means, possibly. But there's nothing inherently wrong or defective, I guess. Not everyone was set out to change the world. And she will definitely attempt that, won't she? And she's about to break down in tears. Putting on a tough front like that. It's not. While someone may be struggling with thinking they're not strong enough or powerful enough, that's not all what defines you, I guess. Think of other things that you can focus on. I'd also want to be laying down in bed just in case there is a collapse. So careful. The need to come up with some sort of solution or cure is being expedited quite a lot now. Some majority. They put quite a lot of details on the screen. Does that mean she's going to be detained when she wakes up? Ah, I see you use the level upper. Is it necessary that you had the talk outside? It may seem like an insignificant detail, but it wasn't for you to fix. Unfortunately, not everyone has the same drive. Your level doesn't, the personal effort is the main factor here. Is she going to be a... I can't remember what the word is. Oh, her arm! There's no damage whatsoever. Yes. Oh, she thinks he's a frog. Of course, this is the guy that is going to come up with something when it comes to saving the victims and brain waves and injuries. Yeah, that is. He just finds out what's going on, not why. I'm trying to think if there's anyone in Railgun so far who we've been introduced to that could be the centre of it all. Yeah, if you don't look after yourself, how are you expecting to look after everyone else? No, they did tell her about it. I thought, is that something that we've just seen against the woman doctor thing? Duh. So just a database of everyone that has been in or near the city. I'm not sure why you don't check this every time instead of just the students. You have to change the hardware itself. Hang on. Are you saying that you're trying to create a hive mind like the Mikasa sisters? It keeps going back to the AIM fields. Or is it also trying to force the. I don't know a way to describe it, but the multi mind ghost girl. There's a lot of speculation so far. So the more people that use this level upper, the stronger that everyone gets. That would kind of explain why that aluminium guy was progressively getting stronger as the level upper was spreading throughout society more. Telepathy. I didn't get a quick glance at that, but I think we now know who it is. You shouldn't have seen that book. That Once again, can't get through. That kind of pull-out phone thing might be quite good if the screen doesn't just break off and shatter. Or does everyone just carry handcuffs around, or does she use her own on her because she's a member of Judgment? Yeah, at least answer one at a time. Does she have any need to divulge? I guess for us, I'd like her to, but still. Okay. What, destabilizing society so that you're stripping off isn't a crime anymore. Public indecency doesn't matter. Grand plans. That is a very, yeah. She sounds so sure. Thousands. Yeah, really escalated. It probably wouldn't be just her by herself if this. Well, you haven't been latching yourself onto her. So, prey on her way of thinking there. Silent car journey. I guess for science sake, sacrifices have to be made. Can you really ask why when progress is the end goal? Why didn't. Well, it wasn't actually being shown off as any particularly. Why didn't we think, hang on, something's up with this woman? Like, well, why didn't I think of that sooner? I think it's because it was playing off as so jovial and haha, look at her. And probably focused on a different part of the storyline rather than being part of the culprit. But I'm glad the real frog made a reappearance. I knew I was right to never listen to music while I was growing up. I think I definitely dodged a bullet there. But if this is connecting people with a small amount of power and like combining their IM fields, what happens if you have someone, say, Accelerator, join in? And despite not really going into too much detail, it's surprisingly not too convoluted. Using sound waves to forcibly change the brain waves of someone to match each other, thereby combining together to make a massive network. Simple, effective. Wonder if you can find it on iTunes. I can't hope that Saturn girl doesn't stay in a coma for the rest of the season, much like a potential spoiler warning here. a particular blue-haired Oni from ReZero. Still, I'm surprised the hospitals aren't horribly overpacked or understaffed, considering you've now got thousands of beds being taken up by comatose victims. Well, they probably don't take too much looking after. At least they won't complain too much. But if you enjoyed this episode of Railgun and are eagerly anticipating more in the future, then let me know down below. And my self-worth isn't really attached to any poorly defined level system, more directly attached to the number of subscribers I have. But if you've done all that, you could also join onto my Discord, because that's probably the best place to keep updated with any new news or changes to the show lineup, or even a new vote. But whatever you decide to do, make sure to get yourself a little bit of rest. Not so much as a coma, though. It'd be difficult to see you again in the next one. If you want to be the one I turn to when my channel is the friend in need, then consider joining on to my Patreon. Because it's my patrons Sal, Raywin, Electric Ant, Arthea, Dynamite1997, Shiwan, Jennifer Rojas, Mecha, Stinsfire, Big Boy, Dark Shadow 7899, Mads, and everyone else are each doing their part, so I don't feel tempted to pick up the MP3 player.